Shout out to J&J.
So I just want to send a shout out to J&J Sports for having me once again.
This is, episodes, man. You guys got a real good thing going on.
At some of the best sports movies.
Let's do it.
So we're gonna start with 5 serious films and then 5 comedic films.
Gotcha.
And this is a fluid list. It's not set in stone. It's mainly just for fun. So,
Gotcha.
So Draft Day was an Ivan Reitman film, and that's the same director as Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm.
And it came out in 2014, and the star Kevin Costner is really excellent in it.
Yeah.
And Texans former running back Arian Foster was in the movie. Do we need more NFL players to transition to acting?
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, I think running backs will be the key actors since they don't get a lot of attention on the field. Yeah, this will definitely kind of open their light up.
And that also makes sense too because they'll have a shorter shelf life in the NFL than a lot of other players. So for them to try some other stuff, some media kind of stuff, that's interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what was also pretty interesting about this movie is it kind of showed like the behind the scenes with the draft and stuff and like what players go through. And I thought it was really realistic.
Yeah.
You have the players who are upset about not getting picked early.
Yeah.
And, it was a pretty decent representation of what goes on draft day.
Yeah.
And then up next we have Silver Linings Playbook, a 2012 David O. Russell movie. And this is a Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence starred film, and it's all about the Eagles and an Eagles fan going through some major life changes.
Yes.
And before the movie, they did not have a Super Bowl, but they won one just about 5 years later.
Wow. Yeah.
And, I don't think we know how close Philly was to a second Super Bowl just recently?
No, that's crazy. I mean, 2 years, playing the Chiefs, losing, and then coming back 2 years later to take it. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah, anybody who said the Eagles were definitely going to win that game were completely right.
Yeah.
And, you go back and you see a lot of people predicting the Chiefs to do a lot of work there. But.
Yeah. We thought so, but like I said, they didn't earn it this season. That season, they didn't earn it. It was given. A lot of things were being given, and it showed in their play style. Like, okay, the refs not calling every little. Okay, we're gonna step back, and I respect that. You know what I mean? I like the fact that they did that. Let's play some football, and that just,
What the whole Chiefs losing so dismally there in that Super Bowl kind of had me thinking was the Cowboys, and they were saying after their third Super Bowl in 4 years, they're like, we really couldn't do much more. We were tired. I mean, you play all those extra games throughout the season, and I wonder if that was what the Chiefs did too.
True. Yeah, definitely.
So Jennifer Lawrence got an Oscar for this movie, and the Eagles, they have 2 Super Bowl trophies. They got all the Super Bowl rings. Do you think back then they also could have bragged that they have an Oscar trophy for their team?
Yeah, definitely could have bragged that. Yeah, Philly is one of those teams.
And then at number 3 we got Any Given Sunday, Oliver Stone's 1999 drama, and what a lot of NFL players came out and said was that this actually was a pretty true look at what the NFL is like.
Mm-hmm.
And, you've got 2 excellent actors, Jamie Foxx and Al Pacino.
Yeah.
And, it kind of rounds out with Dennis Quaid and Cameron Diaz.
Mm-hmm.
This definitely made the NFL not look so great. Do you think more sports films should go for the truth with storytelling?
Yeah, I mean, because, a lot of people going to do their own research on the side. Like, okay, is this true? Is this true? You know what I mean? So, yeah, might as well be truthful with it,
Yeah, I agree. And then up next at number 2, we've got The Wrestler. It's a 2008 Darren Aronofsky film with Mickey Rourke and Marissa Tomei.
Okay.
And this kind of talks about how tough the career of a wrestler is. And Rourke, he did get the Oscar nomination.
Nice. So
do you think people who have never played sports or maybe are not experienced with it, are they aware of the toll that sports takes on a body?
No. If they never played for a team or been in a situation like that, no. Because it's a lot. It's a lot of work. I mean, we play sports. We know, it's practices. It's certain things you have to sacrifice, time, your body. Yeah.
And this film also kind of shows the different levels that wrestlers get to. And It seems like even some of the best wrestlers also sometimes have to almost go like an independent type of circuit.
Yeah. I
And-
mean, yeah, shout out like John Cena. He's making movies. He's doing this. He's doing that. I think that's the best route to go, you know, because you're finding yourself outside of this. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, sports for everyone is eventually going to end,
It-
unless you decide to go into coaching or something.
Right.
But with wrestling, coaches are not visible. like they
Right.
are.
Exactly. So,
Another thing about this movie is it shows how sports took him away from his family.
yeah,
Do you think it's common for athletes to sacrifice personal lives for sports?
absolutely. Yeah. Especially back then. I think back then it was really, yeah. It's
A lot
like
less
do
of a work-life balance.
Yeah,
and-
do or die. Yeah, that was it. So,
And then the number one dramatic movie we got is The Fighter.
Mm.
And this is a lot of fun. Another David O. Russell film
Mhm.
from 2010 starring Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale.
Nice.
And he's my favorite actor for sure. He got his first Oscar win for the movie as Best Supporting Actor. And they also won the Best Supporting Actress for Melissa Leo in this movie.
Nice. Shout out to her.
And, you know, it's a gritty, true story about, you know, the boxer Mickey Ward. And this movie definitely shows how high and low boxing can take people in their lives.
Yeah.
Is this a tough sport?
Yeah, boxing is a dangerous and tough sport. It's a mental toughness you gotta have, physical toughness. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people maybe think the gloves make it easier, but I think the gloves probably make it a lot harder. 'cause
Harder.
They weigh a certain amount.
Crazy. You know what I mean? And it's like that's not even the force that the boxer's bringing. So match the force in the heavy of the yeah, for sure.
Yeah, this was an excellent movie and definitely number one on the drama list.
Yes, sir.
And then up next, we've got some comedy sports films.
Let's do it.
So I've got a tie for number 5. I've got
Mm.
Space Jam and Mighty Ducks.
Okay, okay.
What do you think? Do you like those movies?
I love Space Jam. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely like the sequel, but I feel like they maybe should have just, you know,
They
skipped
should have.
it,
They
or-
should have stuck with Michael. Excuse me. They should have. I don't know if he wanted to do or anything, but they should have stayed with him. Not knocking LeBron though, but yeah, they should have.
I agree with that. Or what would have been really awesome is to at least put Michael in as like a mentor for LeBron.
Right,
or
like he's
something.
opening the door for LeBron and LeBron coming in. Yeah, something like that.
Or even like, you know, head coach of the Toon Squad there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I definitely need to go back and watch the sequel again,
Mm.
although I'd probably have more fun watching the first movie.
Yeah.
So, you know, he definitely got critically slammed for this sequel, LeBron did. And I think that's a little unfair because he didn't write the movie or anything.
Right.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I mean, if they were, it's like a separating cash, but he's a good separating cash. You know, LeBron. So yeah.
Do you think he should have tried to make something else instead of the sequel?
Yeah, I mean, he could have made his own movie. I mean, I don't see why he hasn't yet. I mean, he's got buildings, he got this and that. I definitely would say just start a movie or, you know, something like that.
I think we'll definitely see him represented in cinema in somehow
Yeah.
or another.
Yeah.
And then up next, we've got a three-way tie for number 4.
Let's do it.
And these are all Adam Sandler movies,
Yes,
which
sir.
is interesting. He does a lot of sports type of stuff, I've noticed. So it's Happy Gilmore, The Waterboy, and The Longest Yard. And Happy Gilmore is probably the best comedy golf movie ever, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they've got a sequel coming out soon. And Travis Kelce is actually going to be in it in a small role.
Nice.
Are you excited for the sequel?
Yeah, it should be entertaining. Yeah, I can't wait to see him in there and what role he's gonna play.
It's going to be on Netflix, so I'm definitely looking forward to Adam Sandler returning to his goofy roots.
Yes, sir.
And then, you know, we got to talk about the Waterboy.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know, the college team Waterboy joins the football team and channels his anger into linebacking success.
Yes.
Do you like the Louisiana setting?
Yeah, I like the fact that they did it there. That swamp, it gives that swamp country back in the day. Yeah, it's crazy.
Did it seem like a pretty accurate representation of
Yeah,
Louisiana?
Absolutely, especially in the bayou swamp, alligator. They eating they do all of that in the city. So
Texas is usually looked upon as a major football state, but I
Yeah.
think that Louisiana is really important there.
right
too.
there. Oh yeah, it's right there. It's like they're right here. They're right here, literally. So yeah, absolutely.
And then, the Longest Yard, that was a remake of a Burt Reynolds classic about prisoners playing football against the guards.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love that. Is a comedic movie. I love that movie, man. Shout out to Terry Crews.
So if we're looking at all three of these, Happy Gilmore, The Waterboy, and The Longest Yard, which one of these do you like most? Like if you were to rank them?
I would usually say ranking them. Okay, I would say The Longest Yard for sure, Waterboy, and then that last one.
Yeah, I like that. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. Because The Longest Yard has so many. I mean, Chris Rock, Terry, all those guys on there. So yeah.
Yeah, former Cowboys wide receiver Michael Irving is in the movie too, and he's a lot of fun to watch.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, he was exciting.
He did a good job acting too, and this kind of goes back to us wanting to see more sports stars.
Yeah,
turn to
because
acting.
it's like it seems like they're made for it. Like it's like a hidden talent. You know what I mean? So yeah.
They have the charisma and the personality to carry big movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then number 3, it's a comedy, but it is a true story. And it's the only true story from the comedic list.
Yeah.
And this is about the Jamaican bobsled team in the Winter Olympics.
Okay.
Would you consider this to be an inspirational story?
Yeah, the fact that we're Jamaican in winter, yeah, it's definitely going to be inspiration for sure.
Yeah, and you don't really think about a lot of like countries that are maybe primarily hot weather countries to be involved in winter sports.
Winter sport, yeah, exactly.
But, I mean, it happens, and this movie definitely shows.
Definitely.
And then number 2, we've got Dodgeball. I think this one's a comedy masterpiece. It's underrated. It was a major 2004 release, and there is Chuck Norris has a cameo in this movie.
Wow.
So
yeah.
my first question is, do you think maybe this was the start of all the Chuck Norris jokes that we got?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it had to start from somewhere, and I think he was the seed for it.
Yeah, 2004. I remember the Chuck Norris jokes were really starting to become big then. Everybody was talking about it.
Yeah.
And in general, just outside of sports movies, this is probably one of my favorite comedic movies, period.
Absolutely.
We've got Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn, and they're really good as a supporting cast. So, do you think we need a Dodgeball 2?
Yeah. They should definitely look into it. It's not too late, even though it's been 20 years. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it shows. I mean, look back to Space Jam. They made a sequel for that.
Right, and that's yeah. So, yeah.
And I could see this one maybe being more successful. I think if this movie's not talked about enough.
Yeah. Well, you guys were talking about it, so make sure y'all go, check that out for sure.
And then my number 1 comedic sports movie, and this was kind of one of my favorite movies as a kid growing up, is Little Giants.
Yeah.
2 brothers, one with a Heisman quarterback trophy, and the other completely unexperienced with sports, face off with unbalanced Pee Wee football teams.
Gotcha.
And so my question to you is, I think this is a really underrated movie. Do you think the baseball film The Sandlot takes most of the 90s sports kids film glory?
Absolutely. Everybody, they show it. They used to show it so much back in the day. Yeah.
It's an excellent movie, but I guess it's hard to compare movies with 2 different sports because the sports play such a big role in the storytelling of the film. Yeah,
for sure.
And then in honorable mention, I've got Kingpin, and it was a 1996 Farley Brothers film with Woody Harrelson and Bill Murray.
Yeah.
And, there really aren't a whole lot of bowling movies out there.
Yeah, none that I can think of.
I know this one definitely leans on the comedy more so. So it makes it a lot more accessible.
Yeah.
Sure. So, y'all, please let us know what you think of these movies. Yeah. Give us your list of drama and comedy movies and sports.
Absolutely. But yeah, you guys, that's enough for our show, man. Episode 102. We love and appreciate you guys for just rocking with us, man. Live on Twitch, man, Instagram, YouTube. let's keep running up, James.
Yeah, thank y'all for all the comments, all the likes and watches and supports. Definitely keep checking out our videos, recommend them to friends, and let us know if there's anything y'all want to see. Are there any sports that you would like us to cover, or any athletes y'all want us to do a athlete profile on?
Absolutely, and shout out to Bambergs, last but not least. But as always, I'm Jeremiah McKeel.
I'm James Gurwitz.
And y'all got served with J&J Sports episode 102. Peace.
J Sports.
Coming to y'all live in 2025.